Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News at 5 tonight. I'm Mark Hanrahan. Whitney is on assignment. Starting off tonight with a look at the forecast. After the return of some snow in the forecast, more is expected this week, which have prompted several warnings and advisories from the National Weather Service. We bring you complete KREM 2 team coverage tonight, getting you ready for the storm. Our Shannon Mowdy checked in with how the city of Spokane is preparing for the winter blast. We start, though, with Chief Meteorologist Jeremy Legoo tracking the storm hour by hour. And Jeremy, what do we need to know?
Well, what starts as snow for us here in Spokane will transition over to rain, and that's all thanks to a whole lot of wind that arrives overnight. But get this, that wind keeps it as snow in the mountains, and unfortunately it looks like blizzard conditions accompany it. You're heading over the Cascades, 30 inches of snow and wind likely means road closures and blizzard warnings. When it comes to central Washington, we're under those winter weather advisories, and it looks like eastern Washington and north Idaho wind up seeing winter storm warnings in some areas for that heavier snow. Storm itself sits off the coast, going to throw a whole lot of warmth at us along with it, and that's why it's already transitioning over to rain down in the Tri-Cities. But for us, it is snow and a lot of it. Snow starting to creep its way from Ritzville closer to Spokane, making its way into western Spokane County. It'll continue to pick up. I think by 6 o'clock we are really in it, but right now it's those light flurries out ahead of the main event. Those will grow more widespread. From 6 to midnight is our best chance at more widespread snow in Spokane. Then as wind picks up, snow will transition over to rain, and it is likely some heavier rain falling on top of our snow early Tuesday morning. Where that rain-snow line sets up will make a huge difference in snowfall totals. Places like Deer Park and Post Falls could be right on the edge of that snow-rain line and wind up seeing rain-ruined snow or even more snow. 2 to 3 inches of snow in Spokane, 4 to 6 in Coeur d'Alene, 8 to 12 in Sandpoint. Lookout Pass, more than 1.5 feet. Snoqualmie Pass, more than 3 feet of snow. Central Washington, kind of 1 to 2 inches before wind picks up and changes things over to rain as temperatures rise. Wind advisories remain in effect throughout the day. Tomorrow, strong southwesterly wind bumps our temps up to near 40 degrees here in Spokane. Scattered snow and breezy on Wednesday. Thursday, temps start dropping, and by the weekend, we're talking temps down near 0.
All right, sounds good. Jeremy, thank you very much. Shannon Mowdy continues our team coverage tonight of this winter storm. She is out tracking current road conditions. And Shannon, how's it looking out there?
Well, Mark, we are driving around the South Hill where we have been seeing snow about since 11 o'clock today, and it is starting to accumulate on the roads out here. If you can see, we do have a little bit of sticking on the streets, but across the city and Spokane County, crews were hard at work before the first flake even fell. Crews across Spokane and Spokane County are preparing for whatever this latest round of winter weather may bring.
It really is a case-by-case basis, and so it's really just monitoring the weather. We do have crews out all the time.
Kirsten Davis with the city says they've already pre-treated ahead of the first flakes to create the sandwich effect to keep slick conditions at bay.
So making sure that you're hitting that pavement before the snow falls. So what happens is that it's working on the snow from below, and then if you're going over it afterwards with the granular de-icer on top, you're kind of hitting it from both directions.
The big concern is going to be the ice.
Crews with the county's road department were also pre-treating Monday morning, as this week's winter weather may also pack a cold punch later on.
That is going to complicate snow removal because it freezes into almost like solid ice, especially with the rain and snow coming in tonight.
And to add to our weather laundry list, gusty winds will also provide a separate challenge. That's another layer crews will keep an eye on.
You know, you have large branches dropping, trees falling, different situations that crew would take care of.
In city and county, heavy equipment will focus on main arterials or emergency routes first. So be prepared to slow down or take a different route depending on conditions. And the good news is, as Jeremy has been talking about, we aren't expecting a huge accumulation of snow. But as you can see on the South Hill right now, it is starting to stick on the roads. We are seeing it get a little bit slick out here. So, of course, just be prepared to slow down and maybe prepare for those alternate routes. Shannon Mowdy, KREM 2 News.
All right, Shannon, thank you very much. And be sure to stay with us here at KREM 2 News at 5. Coming up in about 10 minutes, we are checking in with the Idaho Transportation Department on how they are preparing for the week. And happening in less than an hour, the first Spokane City Council meeting of the year is set to take place, and there are several important items on tonight's agenda. First up, as winter weather settles into the area, Council is looking to buy a new snow removal, a new piece of equipment for the city's bike lanes. The total cost will come out to about $500,000 for that little guy. Also at tonight's meeting, a historic one. Today is Betsy Wilkerson's first meeting as council president. She is the first black woman to be elected to that position. Tonight, council will swear in its newest members as well. Newly elected members include Paul Dillon and Kitty Klitsky. Michael Cathcart, who was re-elected, will also be sworn in for a new term. And finally, council is expected to approve the appointment of the city's new communications director, new city attorney, and director of the neighborhood housing and human services. In tonight's other top stories, Idaho Governor Brad Little delivered his State of the State address where he outlined his goals for the year and highlighted the state's recent successes. Governor Little outlined a plan that he is calling Idaho Works. One of the first things he talked about was transportation funding. He says he wants to build off previous investments by adding $200 million to improve the last 1/3 of dilapidated bridges in the state and an additional $800 million for other badly needed transportation projects. In education funding, the governor wants $75 million to fund the Idaho Launch Program, which provide grants to students pursuing in-demand careers. But Little's biggest headline is a proposed $2 billion investment in school facilities over 10 years.
While other states are digging themselves into record deficits and grabbing another shovel, we can invest $2 billion to modernize and improve school facilities in every district and every corner of the state, while delivering, did I mention $2 billion? I didn't know whether I had. While delivering another $2 billion in property tax relief to Idaho citizens.
Despite all these investments, Governor Little claims his budget bolsters rainy day funds, leaves a surplus in both budgeted years, and spends less money this year than last year. And happening tomorrow, Washington Governor Jay Inslee is expected to deliver his State of the State address at noon. In the meantime, Washington's 2024 legislative session starts today. Lawmakers are expected to tackle some of the state's biggest issues during the 60-day session. Governor Inslee says his short-term priority in 2024 is behavioral health, providing help for those facing mental health problems, addiction, and homelessness. The state's annual budget will also be approved. Other bills on the table this session include transportation funding, regulating artificial intelligence, and making financial literacy a graduation requirement in K-12 schools.